Alright guys, welcome back to the Imperial City. As I said, we are going to talk a little more with our friends, and then we will head out and begin exploring.
What? What do you want?
I would like to hear more about your past.
Too much talking and thinking can be dangerous, I should know. I remember one cold winter I took a job clearing rats from a local monastery. I was supposed to make sure the pests stayed out of the sacred pools, but hunting rats one at a time is boring work. So I had an idea, a way to catch them all at once.
Oh no.
I convinced the monks to give me some of their sacred wine, and I filled the sacred pools. I figured if I could get the rats drunk, they'd be so much easier to catch.
I bet the Raiders had a lot of fun writing his stories. Oh, this should be good.
Nothing happened at first, so I helped myself to the wine. I passed out before the rats came. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by screaming monks and fiery explosions. It was just the rats. The poor furry buggers were just trying to get warm near the monks' fires after their swim in the wine. Not a good combination.
The rats exploded? That's horrible.
The monks wanted me gone. I might have deserved the blame, but the abbot insisted it was a sign from the gods and closed the monastery. See what happens when you think too much?
Well, at least his story does support his point. That is by far the most stupid thing I've ever heard.
Whatever. What?
What are your thoughts on our situation?
Well, the city has everything you could ever want. Fighting, money, wine, and there was something else that people like, but I can't quite remember what it is.
Why do I not believe that?
Oh, well, I'm sure it'll come to me once I've had a few bowls of wine. Let's get something to wet our tongues.
There it is. Oh, he's silent for some reason. Alright, women! That's the one I forgot! I must be getting sober if I'm forgetting that one. That's all for now, Rowan.
Whatever.
Alright, he found his voice again. That was weird. I wonder if that was just a glitch or if they didn't record that line. I think they would have caught that, so it must just be a glitch. Alright, no arrow, but let's talk to Wildflower anyway.
There is something here. Some evil thing has happened here. It beats on my mind, and the Guardian, he can't hold it back.
No! I won't let you do this! Not now! That must be the other. Yajen.
You can't stop me from being here. I may not be able to leave, but I can talk and see. I see you, mortal. I've been watching you.
It's a little creepy. On the bright side, at least this guy talks in common tongue and not ancient demon speak. You must be the other.
Ha! I am Yazen, the other of whom Chaikar and this girl speak. They have suppressed me ever since we inhabited this body, but this place is different.
I guess it empowers him, whatever the evil is she speaks of here.
The evil around me has given me strength, for now at least, and has opened potential doors. I don't claim to goodness, mortal. I hate your kind. But we can work together. If you help me, I shall help you. And I'll be much more valuable than the Guardian.
And what about the girl?
Bah! Who cares about her? She's just another insect. This is about what I can offer you when the time comes. What? No! Chaikar! You won't make me go! No!
You stay below, Yajen. You won't harm this girl or this world. And you, spirit monk, avoid him. For the sake of this girl, don't let him out. Aw, poor Wildflower. I guess she's okay.
I'm sorry. They were fighting again. I'll be alright. soon. Just give me time and I'll be alright.
She's very strong for everything she's going through. Alright, well, I do want to give her time, but I also want to make sure I don't miss any dialogue options. So it's kind of unfortunate that we're not playing an evil character. Because I'd like to see what the other actually looks like. I honestly forget. I think he's like a toad demon kind of guy, maybe? But, might just have to look it up.
What do you want?
What do you think of our current situation?
This place is evil. I don't like it here. The people, they're hurting too. A black cloud hangs over this place. Please, don't leave me behind here. Not alone.
You're never alone. You have the Guardian with you. And I guess the other two. Although you'd probably want to be alone from him. I do like how they have, like, this evil within her. Like, these demons fighting within her. As sort of a reflection of the greater battle going on in the Jade Empire right now. And I guess whether she's with me, then she's with me. And if she's here, she's with the rest of my team. So there's no reason for her to really be alone.
Is there anything else you want?
What do you think of our current situation?
This place is evil.
Yeah.
I don't...
Are you alright with the demons inside you?
They don't come out very much. The Guardian protects me and keeps the other inside. When the other tries to get out, it feels like my head is going to tear itself apart.
Well, we'll try not to stay here too long, since it obviously hurts her, but can't make any promises because there is quite a bit to do here. How did they come to be inside you?
I don't know. The Guardian, he's always been with me. The other one, too. But they never really tell me why. They say we have to be with you now.
Hush, child. I will speak for now. This child has been chosen as the vessel to allow me into the mortal realm. She is my gate into this world, and I am her protector. Why did you choose her? The amulet you carry had been hidden in the village by the last of the spirit monks, when the whole area flooded. Those remaining behind died, and it was lost forever. But the dam had opened again, and the water receded. I am bound to protect this amulet, and to exist in this world, balance is needed, with good evil, with life death. Of those who died there, I chose this one as my host. She was reborn through my power, and I within her. But balance required that my heavenly presence must have an opposite. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a twist there. Wildflower is actually dead. She was drowned with the people of Old Tien's Landing. But he took her body and gave her life again. Kind of goes along with what the Lotus Assassins were saying about dead isn't necessarily dead, especially in these troubling times. So, a pair of demons inhabiting an undead girl. We were both here inside her, but Yajen is different. He cares nothing for the amulet or the girl, and would gladly sacrifice her to escape. Oh, so he can actually escape.
Ha! You care too much for this whelp.
Quiet! Stay inside! Do not mention these things to Wildflower, Spirit Monk. She is only dimly aware of her past, and this knowledge would harm her further. Yeah, I can agree to that.
What?
Do you feel any spirits here?
There are spirits everywhere here in the city. Ghosts live inside of the people who remember them, just a little.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Everyone has that spark, except for me.
Don't think about that too much.
I have no one inside of me, except for the Guardian and the other. But some of these people, the ghosts inside them cause so much pain.
What do you see in those people?
The ones that hurt? The spirits have such sad stories. The people don't know, though. All they understand is that they feel bad, but they don't know why.
So is that like feeling sad because they've lost somebody who became a ghost, or is that just like random spirits attaching onto people and causing like depression? Interesting thought, but maybe it's a little of both.
When you feel bad for no reason, you might have touched one of them.
Yeah, it does sound like depression. Or they could be dementors. It's the other option.
The city is old. So old. And so many people have lived and died here. There's spirits everywhere. I guess I can understand why so many of them feel so bad all the time. But we shouldn't talk about this so much. Who knows how much will draw their attention. We should keep going.
Everyone's afraid to talk in this game. perhaps with reason. But
Is
still.
there anything?
Let's see if she talks any more about the demons.
It's time you and I had a talk, mortal. You've been paying too much attention to this girl's problems and the Guardian's advice. We need more realism here.
I have nothing to say to you.
You know I'm evil and want to kill everything. I know I'm evil and want to kill everything. Why quibble about details? You help me, and I help you. And I want out. The girl is already dead. She's a walking corpse. She's nothing to anyone. What I want is the body. I need an anchor, and this little walking meat puppet can provide that.
Well, she's something to me and to the Guardian. So I was trying to remember, because as you can probably gather, you can choose to help him come to power as opposed to the Guardian. And then instead of taking Chaikov's form during combat, she takes the other's form. But I was trying to remember, because obviously you don't have a big demon walking around with you that would draw attention. So I think when not in combat, he still takes the form of the little girl, but I guess it's him talking and not her anymore. That would be kind of sad, though. Like, you then only have one follower instead of the two. And obviously my character is good, so there's no way he's going to help this evil demon.
But Chaikar gives me trouble. He's in my way. He's weak, but the girl sides with him. To take control, I need your help, and I'm willing to offer servitude for it.
So that's an interesting thought, too, that those two are in balance. They're evenly matched, but because the girl sides with Chaikar, that pushes control into his favor. And when she doubts herself, and when she feels upset, that gives him a little more power and a little more ability to break through. I won't let you harm this girl.
Ha! You say that now, but when the time comes, we'll see how much power tempts you. And if you continue to refuse, I still have ways to get my revenge.
Now he's threatening me. Don't remember whatever comes of this. Maybe he actually does fight you at some point? That'd be cool. Back into the darkness, Zhen. You tricked me so I wouldn't hear you talking, but no more. Spirit Monk, it is unwise to speak with him. He knows only lies and deceit. For the sake of the child, have no further dealings with him. He is stronger now. He might be able to force his way out, or be called. Resist him. Do not listen to him. Alright, well, I think that's enough talking to Wildflower for now. We have a better picture of who the other is, and we've actually spoken to him now. I don't remember what you have to do to actually help him get out. If there's like a quest in the real world that relates to it. But it'd be interesting to do. I'm just not going to do it because this is a open palm let's play. Alright, well, what do you guys say we finally leave the little starting area of the city and actually explore?
The Imperial City is beautiful, but you still have to be careful in certain areas.
Just like all cities.
My uncle saw a ghost while traveling in the south. I don't think I'll be traveling that way anytime soon.
Yeah, not much to see there, trust me.
If there are ghosts, why haven't I seen one? All this talk about spirits is just nonsense.
If only that were true.
Good day, citizen. Some minor thing I can help you with?
I do feel kind of bad for the guards, though, and the soldiers. Like, they're just trying to do their duty to their nation and protect the streets and protect their homeland. It's not really their fault they're ruled by the Lotus Assassins and their evil leader. You'll only help me with minor things?
It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me about as useful as a lamppost.
Lampposts can be very useful. What can you tell me about this area of the city?
This area is known as the Market District. Predictably, plenty of merchants set up their shops around here, and it's usually bustling. On the north side of the district is the Imperial Arena. The heart of the Empire Tavern in the upper level is a nice place to relax. What else? Oh, yes. There's the Black Leopard School up on the hill on the south side. Lots of skilled warriors get their start there.
Yeah, so, pretty much the same thing the Outcrier told us. And I think he does give you directions if you get lost, but really, compared to many cities and games, this is not that complicated. And we have a map, so I think we can figure it out. Can you tell me anything other than directions?
I'm afraid not. I'm on duty, and it's imperative that I remain focused on what few tasks I'm still deemed capable of performing.
Fair enough.
A fellow guard once paused for idle chit-chat with a woman. She went to the Lotus Assassins with the story of his inattentiveness.
Don't want to be that guy.
Next thing you know, he's arrested for threatening the security of the Empire with his lax ways. I don't know what happened to him, but I don't want to share his fate.
Alright, that's all.
Be about your business and stay out of trouble. Pleasure to be of service.
Seems like a nice enough guy.
If there are ghosts, why haven't I seen one? All this talk about
Is this the
spirits is
arena?
just nonsense.
No, not the arena. I think there actually are some like little hidden corners to explore.
I hope my daughter will grow to be as beautiful as the princess, though perhaps less unruly.
That must be the arena in there. My dad bought me the best toy ever at one of the shops here in the city. Did he now? What toy could that be? Ooh, configuration of the dragon. What is that? Is that a technique, or is it just a flyer thing? We keep finding... Oh, flyer? No. Huh. I don't know what that could be. Is it an item? Where do I get to see my items? Plot items. Something about this strange poem made it stick to your mind. Configurations guided by the tiger burn bright as the cauldron bubbles in the night. The cogs whirl their graceful dances, but they grow tired unless they drink the water infused with sulfur. Okay. I know what these are. They go with some of these other things we've been finding. Those will come into play a little later on. Oh, I can actually kind of see outside here. Nice little area. Pretty sure we never actually get to go in there, but nice of them to detail it nonetheless. Is that a ladder? No, just a beam. Alright, yeah, that's all there is here. Let me just smash this priceless vase.
If there are ghosts, why haven't I seen one? All this talk about spirits is just nonsense.
River runs through the city. It's the case with most major cities. They are built along water. Typically a river.
I wonder if the princess used to play in the streets when she was little.
Probably not. She probably just played in the palace.
My
My friend says he saw a ghost when he was traveling with his uncle. He's so lucky. That's one word for it.
Emperor Sun High is a great man. Without him, the Empire would still be living in a drought.
Yeah, without him, my people would still be alive. 3 silver.
The Jade Empire would be in ruins if it wasn't for Emperor Sun High.
Detecting a theme here. Gem of Foresight. What does that do? Probably something involving traps. Evading traps costs no focus. +2 mind. So that's not bad. But I think I like my other ones better. Yeah. Oh well. Maybe if we get another amulet piece, but I don't think that'll be for a bit yet.
Talk to Junda if you'd like to buy some buns.
Oh.
Excuse me, out of my way. I've got to get these buns to the Scholars Garden. Quick, quick, now move.
I'm very sorry. Please accept my heartfelt apologies. My husband has the manners of a strutting clock sometimes.
There's a phrase.
I seem to recall you rather enjoyed my strutting at one time, old woman.
Shush now. You'll offend the gods of decency. This poor traveler's likely to think that the Imperial City is full of indecent folk and offensive talk. Now then, after all the trouble we've caused you, is there anything we can help you with? We've got fresh buns. Just made them myself.
She's a very old voice, but actually doesn't look that old. I think that might even be the same voice actress that did Old Mother Kwan back in the tea house. Do you mind if I ask you two some questions?
Talk. That's all people want to do. I don't get paid to talk. I sell buns. That's what I do.
I wish Ho was with me. He would,
Ha! No
like to
time
compare
to
their
talk,
buns.
he says. The only time you're ever quiet is when you're eating one of my buns. Now be polite and answer some questions.
I think the Raiders had a good time with this couple, too. So who are you two? What are you doing here?
We're members of the local traveling circus. I'm a fire eater and Lena is a juggler. We just sell buns on the side to make a little extra silver.
I thought he was being sarcastic.
Junda, could you try to be civil just this once? This buffoon of a man is Junda, and I am Lena, his wife, as he is fond of reminding me. We sell buns here in the city. Well, I bake, and he sells.
So he was being sarcastic. What can you tell me about the city?
There is much to tell about the city, but we do need to sell the buns while they're fresh. Perhaps you could be more specific?
Tell me about key landmarks.
Why don't you go and check out the Imperial Arena? It's a prosperous place to sell buns, especially before a big fight.
You and those fights. I can't stand watching them. I prefer to take walks by the wall or just gaze at the magnificent palace.
What can you tell me about the arena?
What's to tell? Fighters fight, spectators watch, gamblers gamble. It's just like any other arena, except the level of competition is very high here.
Sounds fun.
I'd talk to Kui, the promoter, if you really want to know more about the arena. He talks more than you do, but at least he buys my buns.
Tell me about the tavern.
It's busy, but it's a good place to get information and meet people. Best wine in the Empire, too.
Should get some for Rue.
How would you know, you lazy lout? You've never been outside the city in your life. Best in the Empire. Ha! Probably the only wine you've ever had.
I'd like to know more about the wall and the palace.
The wall is magnificent. It just keeps growing. Though I pity the criminals who are forced to work there. Very few ever return. The palace is truly one of our greatest treasures. The heavens have indeed blessed our empire greatly to give us such a beautiful edifice.
It's unnatural, I say. Just floating up in the air. Emperor or no, it's not right to live in a place that just floats like that.
Not sure if you can see it from the areas we're at or not. We'll keep an eye out, but you could see it very quickly if you were looking for it as we flew into the city. I don't want to get them in trouble, but thankfully I don't think anything ever comes of it. Tell me what you know about Death's Hand.
Death's Hand? Now there's a name you don't hear often. I'm just a simple bun seller, but even I know enough to be careful who I utter that name around.
For once we agree, husband. Death's Hand is a walking nightmare. It is said that if you see him coming, then it's already too late. But enough of wives' tales. Just be careful who you mention that name to, unless you wish to draw bad attention to yourself.
Probably shouldn't ask, but I seem to trust these two, so... I'm searching for a Master Li. Have you heard of him?
If he hasn't bought a bun from me, I likely don't know him. Come to think of it, if he hasn't bought a bun from me, I don't want to know him.
Junda, you withered old coconut! What's your problem? There's more to life than selling these buns, you know. I'm sorry to say I haven't heard of your friend either, and I'm not sure what you mean by master. Try the Scholar's Garden. The people there might know your friend.
Yeah, unfortunately I think our master is a prisoner, and thus not likely to be wandering around the Scholar's Garden. Alright, I should be going.
Go then. I have buns to sell, and it doesn't look like you're buying.
I am a little hungry.
Don't mind him. He just takes a while to get used to. Much like an ache in the bones if it lasts long enough. Eventually you learn to ignore it. Good day to you.
Well, they seem like a nice couple. A good example of the common townsfolk here in the city. I actually didn't even remember that they exist. They're not too important to the plot.
My father lived through the drought. He can attest to the marvelous change Emperor Sun Hai has brought to the Empire.
So that, I think, leads to the Black Leopard School. Up in the mountainous area. Don't know where this leads.
Welcome, welcome. Did someone from the Black Leopard School send you? No, I suppose you don't quite look like one of their students.
Is this a blacksmith?
Well, no matter. If you're looking for weapons, I have quite a good selection and reasonable rates. Would you like to see what I have for sale?
Tell me about yourself.
Not much to tell, really. I've been working with the school for almost 20 years, like my father did before me. When they asked me to work for the school exclusively, I accepted. I'd rather have a steady life making weapons by the bunch than doing special orders all the time. And every once in a while, I get to make something unique. The masters have some amazing scrolls describing weapons I never even knew existed.
That's kind of cool. Reminds me of the weapons master back from Two Rivers. Guess he's gone now. Tell me about the Black Leopard School.
Well, it's the best of its kind in all the Empire, or at least that's what I'm told. Of course, it's seen better days. Having two masters has really hurt the school, if you ask me. Seems the students spend more time bickering than fighting. But what do I know? If it was me, I'd just kick one of the masters out on his ear. I'd like to tell you which one, too, but I'd better not. Best not to get involved.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll meet them ourselves soon enough. Alright, what do you have for sale?
Here you go. There's quite a lot, so take your time.
Alright, so he does have a artifact weapon for both the staff and the sword. Interesting that you can actually buy an upgraded staff from him, even if you started with the sword. And that's tempting. Because I kind of was thinking that RP-wise, my character seems more like a staff user than a sword user, even a double sword user. And I chose the swords more because I was trying to like have the best build, and it would make more sense to go from a single sword to a double sword than a staff to a double sword. But that is all assuming that I'm going to go with the double swords, which are very powerful. But then again, am I more concerned about power, or am I more concerned about like kind of RPing this? It is, after all, only on normal mode. So I have to think about this some. Do I want to go for Flawless, a very nice staff? In fact, the best staff in the game, I think. Has longer range, fits my character better, but does less damage. Or do I want to go for the double swords, which maybe are a little less appropriate RP-wise for a monk, but they are very powerful. I will think about that. This is just a lesser gem. This I'm going to buy because I think we need this later. Steel iron, or simply steel. Guess this was newly invented at the time. And this gives me 5 focus. Sure, I'll take that. A worthy investment, and I will think about these. I could sell stuff, but I'm just going to wait and sell it to whatever that guy's name is. The magical spirit guy. Alright. I remember there was a way to get upgraded weapons in the city, but I didn't remember it was that guy specifically. Anyone else around here?
The Imperial City is a vast place, my friend. Be sure you don't get lost.
At least they include quite a number of lines.
My brother teases me about ghosts all the time, but I don't think there are any.
Unfortunately, you are incorrect. Hey, look, water.
I love living in the Imperial City. There's always something for me and my friends to do.
Oh, little dogs. It's so cute.
Some of the finest items you'll ever find can be bought right here in the city.
Alright, you know what? Since we won't be doing much fighting, maybe a little, but not much, this would probably be a good time to buff up on intuition. I guess all my things give intuition. This really gives about 3 intuition. I'm going to get rid of this for now, though. So this gives 5, this gives 3, this gives 2.5. I'm basically just cutting the spirit in half because that attributes to it, obviously. This gives 3. This gives, what, 4? So I guess this is actually the worst. And I do want this. There's probably a lot of books in the city. These do +3, but everything else is already +3. This is +4. Alright, let's get rid of, this is +3. This is +3, we'll get rid of that then. And that's +4. Okay, so I think we've maxed out our intuition now. Probably more than enough to pass any checks. In fact, I think the most difficulty here is probably just remembering which one goes with which and which of yours is highest. And we have the double XP from scrolls. Ah, more history of flight. Sometime after Scholar Shu Wen and his prototype flyer disappeared, an apprentice from the Imperial City discovered the scholar's cryptic notes, detailing the use of the inscrutable power source. The apprentice showed the Emperor the information to his master, General Sung Tao. Sung Tao was an engineer before he joined the army, and he recognized the potential of the scholar's work. He convinced Emperor Sun Siwen to fund a project to develop a flyer for use in the army. The Emperor agreed readily, and after several months of trying, the first true flyer was created. Within a year, the skies near the Imperial Palace were filled with flyers. Though the safety of the new flyers was questionable, it didn't take long for others to adopt and improve upon the design. So they must have been a recent invention, which makes sense, because the Emperor is Emperor Sun Siwen, which means he's part of the Sun Dynasty. And I did look it up on, I guess, the Jade Empire wiki, and I think they said there were like 9 dynasties since Sagacious Tien. Wow, that's actually a lot of XP from books. I thought they only gave you like 100 or 200 or something small like that. Another guard?
Lost? I'm afraid not. A fellow guard.
Yeah, it's the same conversation as the other guard. I think he looks the same as well. Twin brothers. Just as he saw the Emperor once.
My uncle saw a ghost while traveling in the south. I don't think I'll be traveling that way anytime soon.
Didn't somebody say that the Emperor hasn't been seen in public in a while? I guess it hasn't been that long of a while, because that kid isn't that old.
The Imperial City is beautiful, but you still have to be careful.
To the Golden Way. Alright, we'll head back there in a bit. Nothing to see over here. Let's enlarge the map a second. This, I think, just takes us back this way.
I've missed the city for everything wrong with the...
The Scourge of the South has destroyed whole villages in the south. Many innocents have suffered at the hands of the Scourge.
That must be me. And we have a Lotus Assassin here. He doesn't talk, okay? I guess none of these people talk. Okay, so this area is big enough to have loading.
Be on the lookout for the Scourge of the South. It is your duty as citizens of the Empire to report anyone who matches this description. Keep an eye out for a strange-looking man in priestly robes.
Strange looking? Hey now.
Reports suggest he is well over 7 feet tall and fully armed. This man is very dangerous.
Somebody has been embellishing me to make themselves look less bad.
Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South, but instead report what you've seen to the authorities immediately.
The Scourge of the South. I wonder how many people I'd have to steal from to get a name like that. With that description, they'll never find you.
Alright. We'll talk to her in a minute, just for the irony of being right under her nose, but I want to see, what is this thing? Just part of the wall? Yeah, just a wall here. It looked like a ship made of masonry, which had me a little skeptical, but it's not.
Emperor Sun Hai is a great man. Without him, the Empire would still be living in a...
I haven't seen any ghosts wandering in the city. And I hope I never do.
Out of sheer spite, the Scourge flooded ancient ruins, wantonly destroying our very own
Imperial City Gates. So it is kind of unfortunate that, as with many games, one conversation interrupts another. Like, I would have really liked to hear what Sky was going to say, because I don't think he's ever going to say it again.
The Scourge associates with nefarious fox spirits, aiding them in their occupation of our once pristine forests in the south.
Well, it's quite a spin, but not technically untrue.
A group of river-faring businessmen have been attacked and forced to flee. Nobody is safe from this criminal.
River-faring businessmen? You mean pirates?
His own master died at his hands, and he had fellow students kidnapped and tortured just because they didn't agree with him.
Oh, that is not true at all. Gal did the kidnap. Well, you guys saw it. I don't have to justify myself to all of you.
If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities at once. It is your duty.
Apparently, the Lotus Assassins have the ability to fade into thin air. Very impressive. I think that's just a game mechanic, though, and not a real thing. Also, is like all the Lotus Assassins I've met are really freaky looking. Must be part of their training. Alright, well, I do want to talk to the guard captain, because, like the other person said, he has some bounties to give us. Maybe the other guards as well. I guess this is part of the Great Wall they were talking about. Don't really remember much about that. But, yeah, that'll wait till next episode, so I'll probably take a short break. I'm not sure if I'll eat now or later, but either way, I will be back at some point, and I hope to see you all then.